understand that engineering is not really, it's not only our tools. Our tools are a manifestation and a reflection, like mathematics. It's a reflection of this perception, this way of using the mind, this creative way of using our mind. So when we go to school, we are training without noticing through geometrical equations. We are enhancing, we're exercising this energy to multi-task within our mind and use our mind and expand the way we use our mind. This happens very uniquely for everybody, but somehow, somewhere in our energy, we have developed some level of system thinking of how to use our mind. And it becomes an engineering mind. And my creativity within my engineering mind is it did, like, I remember in my master's degree I could feel how much it had expanded because I was able to solve things without the need of thinking about them, but they were solving, and I just knew they were in a part of my energy that they were being solved. And then I had something else, and I needed to remember something, so I would just like send that energy to look for that information in those archives, and I can just do that, and then all of a sudden something comes up, and it's like having, it's like a it's like an art of connecting with the subconscious mind. And I've realized this also talking with other engineers that are passionate and are very like really intuitive, intuits, very organic about their way of doing engineering. It's very natural. It's very like they almost like do it instinctively, and they share very similar aspects as me, and it's so amazing because we're so different. We have complete different angles of perception, and yet we can understand each other, and the way they use their mind is very like I can see. And I think the similarities that I see in many engineers is that they have access to certain levels of their subconscious mind, and they're able to play with it. They're almost like they have the capability of unlocking certain things within their subconscious mind. So they're able to have a huge storage of memory. So they memorize, like they know they can memorize a lot of things, and they don't try to memorize. It's not like they're trying to memorize it. It's just like it becomes, they just know how to store it, and they know how to look for it in their mind. And it is a very interesting thing because I'm working with the subconscious in different angles of healing work, and I can just continuously within the studies of hypnosis, which is like really tapping into our subconscious mind and really understanding how to reprogram our mind. And it's really interesting because the thing that engineers don't have is that we could have, if we get into it, because I'm very into it, is that if we knew what we're actually doing, it becomes a lot more, we can actually reprogram things and release certain things and remove certain things that do not work. There are definitely engineering brains that are following certain patterns and things that, but overall, engineering is the way we use our mind. The mind is is always looking for the easiest pathway, is always looking for improvement, expansion. Is actually like it's there's it actually makes so much sense why I love so much the expansion and growth part of my engineering energetics, that I am like, I'm so within my energy study, I am so observant about the mechanics involved within any healing work, but mostly the healing work that is very tangible and physical, and also energetic. Well, it's not tangible, like you cannot see it, and you cannot, I feel like you can see it if very if you learn to be attuned to it. It's not something that is impossible for people. It's something that we all have capability of, and that we can all connect with, and that we can really all tap into. It's a matter of like interest and focus, and the way I give power, or the way I make things visible, is by giving it power and by giving it intention. And when I give something intention, it almost makes it like visible for me to see or notice. So, and it's not something logical. So I think engineering has the engineering that we're seeing and we're living right now is almost like everything in our life is very outwardly focused, outwardly like making everything like let's make. But when we come from an inwardly focus, we are a lot more in tune with what we're making, a lot more in tune in, is it really effective as a whole? Is it really gonna impact? And is it really effective? And this is the engineering mind, is always looking improvement, but because we're so good at the subconscious mind, engineers with being balanced and very clear, we are able to bring designs, bring creations from a new perspective, from a new energetic sense of being, from an inwardly balanced self of being. Because engineering, if it's being created, like Einstein says, from the same energetic perspective of where the problem comes from, which is the same things we've been doing for I don't know how many years, thousands of years. If it still comes from that space, we're not really improving. We're just adding a little alteration. We're just doing a few touches. And that is probably one of the reasons why I get so bored with engineering, normal out there engineering. And I'm really motivated and excited to bring this conversations more out there, because me being bored about it, it's not like offensive. Like there's beauty in engineering. It's more about, for me, that I'm here to walk a different path and get started from a different level of thinking. And if I want to create anything, it's going to come from a different way. It cannot be from the same, because it just is not exciting for me. It doesn't feel ethically correct for me either. But it's not ethically correct or aligned with me because because of the way that I perceive the world. So I just have to bring my ethics in here and share it with people, because I know some people are not going to agree with me, but I definitely know that there are some people out there that would love to know that there's other people like them. So I know that you are out there as well, feeling and sensing that you want to create from a different perspective. You want to create from a different sense of being that is more inward, that is more holistic, and that is more aligned with the wellness of the whole. And when it comes from that perspective, I think a lot of amazing things can happen. So maybe we're not there yet. I'm just gonna start sharing little by little, because it has been my passion. It has been my calling for a long time. And I feel like it's a piece of my puzzle. It is a piece of my doing. It is a piece of my responsibility, because why would I have this responsibility? Why would I have this perspective in the first place? Because I have to do something with it. So I'm just stepping up and saying, okay, I'm here. Who else is here? So that's about it. And see you next time.